Hey guys, Mongoose here. Decided to make a little video about the Altezza Is300, whatever. But I just thought I'd make an update and future plans. Future plans, but I really wanted to make a track car, like a touring car. I don't know. Autocross. I know I said that about the truck, but this is more plausible of an autocross car or anything like that, because that was a truck and it had issues. I mean, this has issues, but it's a car. But honestly, what I want to do, first thing I'm going to buy when I get money is coilovers and sway bars, stiffen it up, and then I'm going to start to add maybe some cosmetic stuff, but I want to mostly get handling down. I'm going to try and buy some good tires. I know it's expensive, but where I'm at in Idaho, okay, not specifically where, because don't want anybody to find, but there's literally no track days anywhere here. Maybe Boise, but I don't know. Boise doesn't have much either, even though it's the capital. Although where I'm at in Idaho, it's really close to Utah. Utah has the Utah Motorsports Complex, which is about 3-4 hours away from where I'm at, and they have track days year-round. So hopefully I'll be able to drive down and do some track days, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to this year, but who knows. I mean, it's almost December, so it'll be snowing, but I can do some maintenance on this, get it prepped for spring, get on the track. But yeah, so I found out what the leakage of the coolant was. So the radiator has a crack in it, so we're gonna buy a new radiator. And I know these radiators are not fully aluminum, so the seals between the plastic part and the metal part just don't work together after a while. And this has 240,000 miles. I know that's a lot, but it's old. It's an 04. But yeah, so we're gonna buy a new radiator, an OEM one, because I mean the Mishimoto one, the all aluminum one, is $300, and I won't be able to buy that right now. So we're gonna buy a new OEM one, which will hopefully last for a while. And then once I start getting more money, because I'm trying to get a job right now, because I mean I had a job before, when I had the truck, some stuff happened, so I'm trying to get a job. I'm gonna save a ton of money. My idea is every paycheck buy one part, so coilovers, and then 2 weeks later sway bars, save some money, maybe some wheels. But I mean, these wheels are aftermarket, so I'm gonna actually paint these wheels probably. I mean, they're already black, but I want to make them shiny black, not matte black. And then someday I want to get a carbon hood, which is like $1,100–$1,200. And I know it's not the best weight shaver, but it looks cool and it does save weight. And my plan is for on track days, since I won't be on the road, I'm gonna strip all the seats out, stuff that I can unbolt. I think I can unbolt these. Take all that out. Take all the trunk carpet out. Make it a little bit lighter, which, I mean, it's a heavy car, honestly. It's like 3,400 pounds. My grandpa, he drives a Dodge, but he grew up a long time ago, and the cars back then, well, they were 4 doors, heavy, straight 6, rear-wheel drive. So how's this any different? It rides nice though, honestly. In the video I just kind of said, oh man, this is smooth, dude, a ton, but it really is. It rides, I don't know, it feels sporty, but it also feels like an executive car. Like, it just feels nice. And I'm big, I'm 6'2", 6'3", 230 pounds, and I fit in it pretty well. I mean, the back seat behind me doesn't have much room, but I mean, the truck didn't even have back seats, and you would sit like this because there's no room to sit back. But maybe someday I'll buy the truck back. I don't know. This thing is awesome though. I mean, $2,400. Sure, there's a few things on it, like, so it was crashed. A deer did hit the front, but the guy fixed everything. If you look at the video, you might notice the front, some pieces are a little bent, but it's really not that bad. But my plan is to get a new front bumper and everything anyways, because I kind of like the TRD L-tuned ones, even though those are way expensive. But I want to put some cosmetics on this thing, put some actual aero for track, not like big wing and not do anything with it, like a wing splitter. And I don't know, I might widen, I don't know if spacers are a good idea, but wheels are expensive and I don't want to buy big fat wheels until I have a lot of money. But here, let's use manual mode. But I think I could get spacers, then put fender flares on it. This shifts so like quick. I know it's an automatic, so it's not gonna be delayed, but it's like when you're in manual mode, you can't be in first gear. It doesn't, I mean, it'll start in first, but it shifts to second in like 2 seconds. I mean, you could use low, but this is like for hills. This is for fun, I guess. Yeah, but I've heard, and I kind of know this, but this is like the competitor to the M3. And I'm not a Beamer guy. I'm not saying that they suck, but I've just never been into German cars, you know. Even though my heritage is really German, because I'm really white. Look at me. No Hispanic in me or anything, but I just feel, you know, Japanese cars are just the goat, dude. I mean, there's some that aren't, but you know what? This has a 2JZ, which, look, by today's standards, 220 horsepower. I mean, it's not like it's nothing, but it's not the most, because my cousin has a Ford Fusion EcoBoost 4-cylinder. It makes about 230, 4-cylinder. But you know what? This is a good platform. My dad's actually telling me a story last night. He drove it after he cleaned my air filter because it was gone. It was really dirty. But he was driving it around, just messing with it because he thinks it's a fun car. And he said he spun it. He was taking a turn. He got on the gas, and it wasn't like, it's not snowy here right now. I mean, there's snow. The roads are good. But yeah, he spun the car around, he said, in a circle, like it just went. And honestly, from the video, you saw me step on it. I mean, we didn't get sideways. After that video, I went and drove around, whipped it around a little bit, and it's honestly, it's really lively. I mean, it's not light, but it's not like it's a freaking boat. It accelerates pretty good. It sounds cool. It accelerates really well. I was with my girlfriend, and she doesn't normally like going fast. I mean, she's not, I don't know, she gets a little scared, but it was funny. I was like, hey, watch this. And I got on it, and she's like, whoa, this thing accelerates. And I'm like, it does. You're right. It very much accelerates. But, oh yeah, anyways, about the radiator. So, look, not the best idea to put seal stuff in it, but we talk to people, we use the stuff that like shops use. It's not permanent because we're buying a new radiator, and the OEM one's like $124, $130, something like that. Yeah, we're gonna buy the radiator, replace it, and then someday get a Mishimoto all aluminum one, which is apparently a good one. I've seen and read, so yeah. But I think this thing is really cool. I mean, this thing's missing the freaking visor, which, I mean, the guy who drove this, he lived out in the country, and he has like two old Fords that are really nice taken care of, power strokes. He's a diesel guy, but he got this because he needed a car. But $2,400. You know how fast that was sold on Facebook Marketplace? Even with this cracked windshield, just out the door. Only reason it took him so long to sell it was he was saving it for me specifically, because he's a work friend of my dad's, which is really cool. grateful I got this car, because it's not like it's the rarest car, but I have only seen 3 in my area. So yeah, I mean, it's not like a common car either. The new ISs are pretty common, but this is like, the new ISs just don't have the same character as this. This is like more, it's just got something to it. It's got a charisma. It's a 2J. It's not a V6 like all the new ones, which, I mean, I bet they make like 250 something horsepower, because they're like, some of them are turboed, I think, but this one, just the motor, nothing beats an inline 6 sound, I swear. I always say this, like straight piped V6s, I've never liked that sound. They just sound really choked. They don't sound good to me, but maybe they sound good to you. Straight piped inline 6s just they sound like a race car. I guess they kind of are, but yeah, about the M3 thing, this is cooler than M3, okay? Japanese 2J, big 2J. You guys probably thinking, why don't you turbo it? And I'm like, yeah, someday, but I think the power is enough, more than enough right now. I mean, 220 horsepower, not that I'm inexperienced, but it's honestly kind of it's pretty quick. I mean, it's pretty nimble. You can whip it around a corner. I haven't slid it much, but from hearing what my dad said, it's really easy to get it to swing around. And I've seen videos of people even drifting auto ones with open diffs like this, and they just whip them. And my old truck, I mean, it was more light and slidable, because the back had no weight on it, because it was a truck with a bed. And I remember some guy at my school was like, hey, be careful with those, because when you get them sideways, they go. And I have a video on my phone. I didn't post it on YouTube ever, but of me actually sliding it. And it was wet outside, but it didn't take much. I touched the gas a little bit, and it just swung around, and I just carried it. But yeah. But I want to also, before I go, thank all you guys, because my channel's been growing, not like tremendously, but pretty good amount. I mean, I was at 129 subscribers half a year ago, maybe. I hit 130. I don't know where the other numbers came from, but they came from somewhere. And now I'm at 147, which is crazy. Look, I'm still way small. I hope to get bigger. The Lexus video actually has pretty good views, honestly, to me. I mean, there was a short I made that has 700 views in an hour. That Civic torque steer Forza Horizon 5 one, but yeah. If any of you find this video and you're new, I'd say stick around, because there's going to be a lot of sim content, mod content, and I'm going to try and be more frequent. The Forza videos I pumped out like daily last 2 weeks ago. I just was having that motivation. But yeah, anyways guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. I'll update you guys more in the future, but yeah, have fun.